Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I'll let people come in. If you have any question, you can always start putting them in the chat or on the Discord channel. What I'll do is I'll also post the Discord link in the chat right away. And you can also submit your March either in the game or through the Discord channel. I'll give it a few more minutes while people join in. Just currently doing dailies on my main account. Remember to always do your challenge, especially the elite one. They are very important. I always get this done right when the game starts so I don't forget. This one, it depends. I don't do well on the lightning day because um, this one is zero dust, barely anything. This one is not even fully stored. I don't have anything else, and if you can see, I don't do well at all. Let's see. All right. All right, guys. So what I'll do to start is I'll do one player review while people are still joining, and then I'll jump into the patch note with you guys. I'll review them live. If you have any question, you can always ask. It can be regarding the patch note or anything else. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be a chill live stream where I'll be able to answer your questions. All right. I think this is done. It's done. Can do this one really quickly. I don't think I've done this one. There's not a lot of information, so we can't review it fully, right? And this is also the players' fire team that we are going to look at, where you see that E as a main per team. The reason why I want to talk about this one is we've talked about this setup a few times where we add Quinn instead of Tilda. Tilda is very strong. Ragnar is very strong as well in a fire team. And one of my accounts, what I did recently is I started to build my second team, which is going to be a fire team. Which account is it? Once again, I think it's on my, yeah, there we go. So this is going to be my second team. And slowly what I'm trying to do is a main carry with Wu. I have a little bit of dust on her. I have the artifact slowly being worked on. I don't have great skill yet. I'm trying to probably replace this with an Abundant Spirit. However, I'm still considering upgrading my main team first. I believe that I need purification, and this team is going to be in a decent spot. Here, I technically prefer Fighting Master on Khan, but I'm using him as a support, so it's not the worst case scenario. And I definitely need Fighting Master on my Wu if I want her to carry my second team. So this is the reason why I went with Fighting Master here and not here. And I'm making my Khan a lot support. But to do that, I think Fighting Master not being here justify the need of getting purification even more. Probably replace it with lifelink here. Probably put something like probably Vitality's Touch or the energy suppression on YSS, and then put purification on my Khan or Zenobia. But if I do that, I won't be able to get a Mutant Spirit. So this is also why I'm currently debating. Because on my other account, which is this one here, I will have enough for one skill, not two. But I will think about it. I still have time. The shop is open for 3 more days. But this is what I'm trying to do. I replace Hippo with Charles. Charles is still being worked on. He's only 6. Specialization. Ragnar, Trajan, sorry, is also being worked on slowly. And the skills are not the best. The skills still need to be optimized. But the idea by the March is starting to be put together. which is going to be a main Wu carry. I'll be able to bring her higher on dust level. My main team is in a good spot already. I need to do my YSS to 50 before I really work on my second team. Zenobia to 50 is a possibility. I don't think I'll do it before my Wu is to around 40 and my other immortal in my second team around 20. So this one is already 20. I'll bring Charles to 20, Wu to 40, and then I'll come back to my main for 50 on Zenobia. The main is the most important, which is why I'm not going to finish even Wu at 50 before coming back. And also why I'm considering purification, which is going to benefit my main team rather than Buddha and Spirit right away. But as you can see, because I'm doing a solo carry Wu, what I went with double tank, I'm going to try Sturdy Bear instead of Fearless Stance. And because I'm going to have the Sturdy Bear on both tank on my fire, there's going to be a lot of shielding on top of that. I have Charles, so there's going to be a lot of shielding and then my Wu doing damage. We'll see if that works. Of course, it would be better if this was Matilda instead, but I can't afford another King of the Hill or a Golden Path Immortal. As you can see, even my Trajan is not maxed out. So for now, it's going to be this way. Also, Quinn was in my main team, so it's just a substitution where I replace him for Khan. The reason I did Khan is I do think it's a little bit stronger when you max the dust on an attack immortal rather than support. And he is going to be support anyway, and it's going to allow me to do the equipment. Whereas if I do Quinn and Zenobia, I'm not going to be able to do the equipment right away. So this is why. And this is also why when I look at a team like this is very strong, but again, you have to be careful. It's not going to be easy to work on both of them at the same time. You also have to work on your YSS. So this is 3 Golden Path Immortal. Not everybody can handle that, but it is a decent march. I think I prefer probably another tank here instead of Hippo, but Hippo is decent because she's utility-wise as well. All right, so if you guys have a question, let me know. What I'll do is I'll start with the patch note right away. So I think the patch note here is a little bit misleading. It's a lot of optimization and tweak for sure, but event mechanics, I don't think so that much. Gameplay doesn't really change with this patch note. It's a needed patch note on the Dragon side, but it's very minimal. It's quite a small patch note when you look at it. We're gonna go over it right away. I'm hoping that they are going to do more when it comes to immortal optimization. They're doing one. We're gonna get to her. Atalanta, she definitely needs one. We'll see if this is going to be enough or not. But there are so many immortal that is in a similar spot that Atalanta, I think the immortal that is also win a tank, what's his name? Toyotomi is absolutely garbage at the moment, is not useful at all. You also have immortal like, in my opinion, Ashoka needs a big rework, in my opinion. Yi Seong as well. You have immortal that are a little bit newer, like Pakal. I think he's not the best, not super great at the moment. Arash, not super great. And if you look at this one as well, definitely Mehmed needs a big update as well. I don't think he is useful at all at the moment. But slowly, at least, we get one this time. Let's get started with the Rune Factory reward pool. Now this, I've mentioned it a few times already since this event has been added. It replaced parts of Galaxy, which was mainly for Oli and Shadow Immortals. Rune Factory, however, is not about Oli and Shadow. It's about Chaos Immortal. It's one of the best event outside of the seasonal one to get Chaos shards if you only go for the fragment for the Immortal. But when you look at this, it even more so confirm that this event is for red tier immortal, which means chaos immortal. They are even going to add immortal and exclusive artifact to the reward pool. We're going to see how that is introduced. Now it comes down to when you look at the event, we are not going to be able to look at it right now because it's not live. But when you look at this event, you used to only get this reward, right? Then you had to go into shop, and what you were doing is getting insignia that you were then able to use in the shop for the peak battle pass and the legendary battle pass. You could go with Oli and Shadow if you wanted to. The value was not all that there, but you could still go with it. I'm assuming you're still going to be able to if you are still getting the same currency as well. But the grind was really for higher well to go with this purchase and then go here in the peak battle pass. Now, what could be interesting for bigger player is if in the reward pool there's more immortal, just like example during the chaos wheel where you also see Amithusa, Apollo, Ares, which is not here. So this event, Rune Factory, was already very much so for bigger spender. I think it's going to be even more so. We'll have to see if that's the case or not once it's updated and the event is live. Oh, I have a question once again. So I have a question about going from conquest to legendary. Um, the way the game works when it comes to season is once you've done a few conquest season, you move automatically into legendary season. It's about how old your server is and how much KVK you've played. You cannot decide as a server to stay behind. You have two options. First, you just graduate with your server. As soon as they enter legendary season, you are locked into a legendary season as a player as well. Or before that happens, you can migrate out of the server into a newer server, so younger one, to redo conquest again. You cannot go further behind. You can only go to conquest or higher. Um, but it's up to you. You need to use portal. Basically, oops, sorry. You will need to use this item here, space portal, to migrate. And when you look at the pool, you can only move to servers that are within the same season as you. So example, if you're in Conquest, you will be able to move to those server. You cannot move to season 2 or season 1. You could move to Legendary, but I don't really recommend it because you're going to be buying players. You want to move to another Conquest if you want to stay behind. Now, when you mention the server will merge, merging servers are not something that we can decide. It's the game that decides which server are being merged. It's really hard to know. Only servers that are being merged are aware of it. The game send you a mail telling you that your merger will be merged, but you would not know if you're not being merged. So I don't think unless you receive a mail that your leader can tell you that the merge will happen. You wouldn't be able to know otherwise. So basically, if you are in Conquest, yes, you can. Right now, as you can see, I am in Legendary season. I would be able to move to all the Legendary season. Now, we are still in the war zone. The KVK has ended, but we're still waiting for it to reset. It's going to take a few days. And then we're going to come back to preparation. And only then will I be able to move into the server. And the list is going to get longer. For you, it's the same. Right now, if your KVK just ended, you're still technically locked into your KVK. It's going to take you a few days before you can see the conquest season that have ended. You're going to be able to move into conquest again if you want to. All right. Hope I answer your question. You can always ask a further question. What I'll do is I'll keep going for now. Immortal specialization unlock rule. This is nothing really. It's just that you are not going to see it if your condition are not met. I don't think it's a big deal. Returning player event. These are for the event that comes every now and then where you enter the player's ID and you're able to get rewards for player that come back to the game. Never really played that. So here there's a few map optimization. It's a lot more visual than anything else. And it's not how the game is going to be played that is changing here. So first, there's going to be Federation marker on the map. Federation marker are managed by the Alliance leader, a view only for members. So this is a little bit like Alliance tag that you can put on the map. So basically, it's going to be similar to these. Don't know exactly how it's going to go, but it's going to be similar to these. And only your alliance, or in this case, during KBK, your federation, the whole federation is going to be able to see it. So a leader from one alliance would be able to set a timer, example on the gate, and the other alliance would be able to see it if they're in the same federation. So this is basically creating chat groups for the leadership on the federation level. Because you're in different server, you couldn't create chat groups with other servers. So example, these chat here that you can create as a leader or within your alliance and within the server and invite people. Now, if they are going to create you a group just for you during the federation, for the federation during KBK. So really, again, it's more about small optimization, breadth of life, nothing about the gameplay itself. Again, now we're going to be able to see the server on the Alliance thermal tower. Small tweaks. Again, this is also going to be a breath of life, just chat feature. We're going to see how it goes. The chat in this game can be a little bit tricky. A lot of words being censored, but we'll see how it goes. This is not a big change, but something that a lot of players use. You can actually set an attack, so you can declare on any city, and then you can leave it declared, and you can hit it whenever you are able to or whenever you want. You can also declare and send an attack from very far to get, example, during KVK, the first reward for capturation of the city the first time. You won't be able to do that if you are 10 minutes and further, because now it will reset. Not a big change, but a small one. And this is about server merge. We talked about that just now with your question. But again, server merge is very, very touchy. We don't have a lot of information which server are being merged, what are the metrics to be merged, which server is going to be merged in the future until they happen, until it happens. But at the very least, this time around, after the update, once the server will actually be merged, you will not have to reset the alliance level and alliance technology. So what happened previously is that, example, this alliance that I'm in right now is level 10. And if you look at the technology, everything is maxed out, right? But previously, when the merger was happening and the new server open, so the servers with the letter M into the, oops, not sure why it's slow, but basically every server that has an M in the name are merged server. What happened is you had to restart from the start of the game with the conquest and everything, but you also had to restart your alliance level. So instead of example having one in 180 spots, you only add 100 something. You had to level up your technology slowly to get back to a max alliance. That's not going to be the case after the update. Now, this is the balance adjustment for Atalanta. Definitely need one. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the difference. I'm going to give you my opinion on if I think this is enough to make her useful, and I'll let you know in which case, if she is going to be useful, she will be introduced in which team. All right, so when you look at the skill here, there is one major difference, and it's the damage that happens once the skill goes off, and then the rest is very similar. Let's go take a look at the Atalanta. Actually, I'm going to go into Open Arena. It'll be easier to look at her skill. I think she is available at the moment. Oh, she's not. It's fine. So here, oh yes, it's fine because it's maxed. So here, this is very similar, but as you can see, there's no damage at the start of the skill. So basically, once the skill started, you add the buff, which is the every normal attack has a 100% chance of piercing the target and causing damage to the enemy behind that target. This is still going to happen. And if you do the math, 7 stars, 10% plus 30, it's going to be 100% as well. This doesn't change. Now, this is for 10 seconds. This was for 10 seconds as well. You add a reduced attack speed, but a gain of 50% attack damage. Is that still going to happen? Normal attack. So there's no more buffs. There's no attack speed, and there's no attack damage. So basically, you add a debuff on the attack speed and a buff on the attack damage. 50%, 25%. I think this might actually be a little bit better when it comes to the damage that she's going to output during the skill being online, because most likely you want her in attack speed march, and you at least won't get the 25% attack speed reduction, even if you don't get the 50% attack increase. Overall, it's probably similar, but maybe a little bit better. There is going to be a damage for the first bolt that is going to go off once she activates the skill. This is not too high, not too low. If you do the 80% per level, it's going to be a decent level of damage for the first bolt. The problem here is this. Random enemy unit. Any skills that are random in this game, if you're not able to make it less random with, example, the artifact, is a problem. Because, again, you have to remember there's no second part of the skill, so there's no damage increase on the normal attack. All you get after this hits is the pierce. Yes, you're going to be able to hit the enemy vine. So basically, your normal attack becomes a 2 target normal attack, but you are hitting a random enemy. So you can hit the tank, you can hit right target. This is not something you want on an immortal if she's going to be a carry. So I don't think she's going to be that much better, honestly. I just don't think it's going to be enough for her to be seen in a lot of teams. In Open Arena, she might be tried. I might try her in Open Arena when she's available. Even if you do something like a Alex, Zenobia, where honestly you want Quinn with her, so you have to do Quinn, Atalanta, probably something like a YSS Hannibal in the Wind March with the Wind Dragon. The Wind Dragon is extremely hard to do, not free to play, takes a long time. I don't recommend it. Atalanta is not going to be strong enough to really make you make your investment into her and in changing your team worth your investment. I don't think it's going to be enough. I just don't think. I don't see it. I They try to. We'll have to see and wait. I don't want to say that she's going to be as bad right away, but I don't think she's going to be strong enough to be replacing, example, a Quinn or a Zenobia in most people merge. I wouldn't. If you're a free to play low spender, don't do it. Let other people try her out. If she becomes very good, then you can consider her. Maybe going for her. I I don't see it. 1 second, I need to start training. All right. So this is nice. I really like the game giving you balance adjustment for immortal that are in the gutter. This is not going to be enough in my opinion. All right, let me, a second before I continue, I have two questions here. Yes, we're going to go on the dragon soon. We're going to look at each dragon. So here I have a question about Quinn versus Cleopatra in our Earth free-to-play merge. Definitely keep Quinn. The reason is Quinn is going to counter healing. A lot of players are going to run Zenobia. A lot of players are going to run Berserk, Shelter, Vitality's Touch. Quinn is just too good on a free-to-play merge against free-to-play to be replaced. Keep Quinn for sure. If you want to change something in your march, you probably want to change skills or somebody else in that march. But Cleopatra is not going to give you more power than Quinn overall against similar player. All right, so let's get started on the dragon. As you can see, each dragon is getting a small tweak. And this is it with the dispatch. Dispatch is really all about dragon, in my opinion. So we're going to take a look. We're going to do the shadow and the Oli really, really quickly because these are not portable, in my opinion. The only reason we really want to look at them is because of Open Arena. They are free. You need to use a lot of these dragons, at least one of them, I would say, because you are allowed to bring a Oli or a shadow team. So you need to know if they're going to be better or not. So here, what we need to do is compare what's changing. Let's get started with this dragon first. So divine protection and judgment war is going to change. So divine protection is going to be this one here. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, the name is going to change here, the concentration, but a lot of this is going to be similar on the stats level. It's just small things that change per skills. So if you look at this one, it's the HP recovery from 6 to 10. So here you add 6%, you're going to be at 10. HP recovery in this game is not the best because there's a lot of anti-healing. It is decent at 4%, but it's not game changing. This is pretty much useless as an upgrade. This one, however, can be very good. So protect, let's take a look. So for protect right now, it's reduced damage taken of all ally by 30% for 12 seconds and grant following protective effect for defense. Okay, let's take a look. Oops, click on the wrong thing. So this is the difference. It's now 30 plus 5 per level to 75 plus 15 per level unit. It's going to be quite a few more stats. And this is already the best dragon talent for the Oli, in my opinion. So this is just going to make the Oli dragon even stronger during Open Arena. I'm using it, by the way, in my main team at the moment. I'm trying it out. I tried something different this Open Arena because I didn't want to go with everybody else. March. So I'm using this talent. It's just going to be an upgrade for me, anybody that is using the Oli Dragon. But again, this is for Open Arena. Nobody can really afford except very big well. Judgment War. So here it tells you it's only 20k damage more. It's 20k true damage, however, so this is decent. But in my opinion, this one is still the best talent for the Uli. When you look at the shadow, it's the silhouette. The true damage increase is from 10% to 15% per level. This is quite decent because it's per level, and compared to the HP recovery, this is true damage. True damage is really good. So Dark Breath for the Oli Dragon is going to be better. So Dark Breath is the first skill, right? Now you need to see true damage 50%. Yeah, so instead of 10 here, it's going to be 15. This is quite decent, honestly, because the first one is the best in a way, and true damage is quite nice. And this is per level, right? So 10% per level, it gets very high. You're going to get 115%. It's going to be quite good. Now it's time to look at the Elemental Dragon. So the wind, true damage, again, because this is true damage, it is decent. As you can see here, it goes from 6 to 10 compared to 10 to 15. So already you can see that the Wind Dragon is definitely lower in strength than the Shadow, but this is really decent for the Wind Dragon. It's a win for anybody that use or want to use a Wind Dragon. And if you look, oops, all right. The true damage is going to be definitely a good upgrade. The problem here is going to be the same as always with the Wind Dragon, the second port. They are going to increase the recovery amount from 6 to 10. But the problem with this is that it's not gonna matter all that much. Again, HP recovery is fine, it's good. There's a lot of anti-healing, and this is a recovery that happens for normal attack. It's a decent upgrade, but I don't think it's gonna make the Wind Dragon all that worth. The only thing that is really nice is the true damage, because true damage is truly good in this game. Now the Earth Dragon, you're gonna get a 20k damage increase. A lot of players are using the Earth Dragon already. This is only plus, it's decent, but when you look at the report on your March with the Earth Dragon, it doesn't really matter. Oh, this is my Wind Dragon and my Lightning. 1 second. I don't have reports at the moment with. Do I have a? No, I don't have a Earth Dragon at the moment. I can show you at the moment, but when you look, oh, actually, yes, I can. Give me 1 second. The thing with the damage on the Earth Dragon is not really all that amazing. There's nothing that really do it, right? It's not all that amazing. A lot of players, what they're doing, especially with a march like this, they go with this talent here, this one here, which is no true damage. So I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference. It's going to be better for the Himiko March and the Can March that are not using the normal attack, but it is an upgrade for them. Again, the recovery is not all that amazing. True HP is decent, but the true damage again is okay. But this is for Fisher. It's not that bad, but the Art Dragon, in my opinion, is not the best upgrade that you get when it comes to the Dragon upgrade for this patch. We're going to keep going. The Lightning is going to be good. Again, this is true damage, 6 from 10%. This is very good for the Shock. This one here no longer deals additional damage to the stun target and set increased damage dealt by 25 to 35% plus 5% level for every stun target. So the Overlord, the problem with the second part is a lot of the player that plays Lightning March, let me just go back, are not going to run Overlord on the dragon. So if you look here, a lot of the players are going to bring this one here instead, which is going to reduce the damage dealt by the random enemy. And this is going to be the one that's going to work, which is going to be good at the damage increase. But when you look at the dragon, a lot of players with the Wind March don't go for stuns. The only really immortal that stun a lot in the March for the Lightning Dragons is going to be a Richard. But Richard is not really all that great. He's not really used that much on Lightning March. So here, if I use something like this, I don't have stuns. So when we're looking at a upgrade on Overlord, I'm not going to get any benefits because there's not going to be anybody stunned. So I'm not going to use this talent. This one is decent. So before we go to the water, I'm going to do the fire one. The reason is a lot of players are asking about the water, so I'm going to keep it for last. But burning for the fire dragon, this is really good. Again, damage increase is always going to be good. It does not matter. And this one here, it's not used that often. I don't think it's going to be it is quite nice. When you look at the difference here, it's going to be a lot of damage, right? You go from 30 plus 5 per level to 70 plus 15 per level. It's a lot of damage that you get from stacking up every time you get a crit that lands. But I still think a lot of the player are going to go with the other talent. The first one is still, in my opinion, the better. It's going to have to be tested. The best way to test it is going to be in open arena. The problem with that is in open arena, your dragon is level 1. So when you look at open arena, it's only level 1. It's going to make a way bigger difference when you look at a dragon that is way higher on level. And then you try and bring the right talent. It's going to make a way bigger difference because when you look at the patch note, the power is not from this here, although it's almost doubled. It's really from the 10 plus per level. That's going to be 150 plus 75, so it's decent. So now, before I answer the question, guys, I'm going to finish the patch notes for the water dragon, which is the last dragon. Again, this, unfortunately, for water user is not going to do all that much. It is nice. It is going to be 100% because it's going to be 10 level, 10%. But the HP recovery amount is not going to matter all that much. When you look at a water dragon, it's healing. Go to open arena. It's healing over time. And the problem with that is you're going to be countered by anti-healing. So again, any dragon talent that only do healing in this game is not all that amazing. Even if you boost this, it's still only healing. What is, however, going to be quite better for the water dragon? It's this one. When you look at qualities, so which one is it? This one here. If you were using this one because you had HP recovery and you think the 10% is going to be better, the answer is going to be no. This one is going to be better. Um, because, again, it's not all that amazing. It's still healing. It's still, in my opinion, a dragon that is very underwhelming. But at the very least, it's target healing. At the very least, it's the one with the highest loss, which is a little bit better. Let's see if that changed here, though. It's continuous healing. I don't know. I don't think the water dragon from these is going to be that great. However, they did buff it a little bit because of the freeze chance. The freeze chance here was not 100%, even maxed out. Let me go take a look at each dragon that is maxed out. This one's maxed out. It's not the right dragon. It's not the right dragon. So let's do the math. It goes from 24 to 27, 2.5. 2.5 per level is going to be 25. It's a small increase. It's better than nothing, but still the problem still remains for Water Dragon. When you look at the Water Dragon, oops, this hits 3 random enemy. There's 4 immortal. It can go on the wrong person, even if it hits. It cannot most of the time hit. It's, again, the problem with the Water Dragon is, one, you have HP recovery on the first kill. Two, you have a chance that is not high enough on the freeze, and that is not guaranteed neither. A lot of the carry, again, you have to remember, I'm always telling you, you have to put Fighting Master on your carries. Your carry is not going to be affected by the freeze. So it's going to hit a tank, a support. It's not game changing. The Water Dragon is still, unfortunately, going to be underwhelming compared to other dragon. When I look at all the optimization for the dragon, Oli and Shadow is the one that's going to get the best out of it. For most players, it's only going to be for Open Arena. If you're using Collapse already, you're only getting an upgrade for the Earth Dragon. If you're using Shock for the Lightning Dragon, you get a good upgrade. And you get a good upgrade for Burning if you're using a Fire Dragon as well. This one remains to be tested. Overall, I think it's quite a small patch. I'm hoping for more of these. We need more Immortal adjustment. We'll have to see if this is going to be enough. I don't think it will. So I'm going to answer a few questions here. The best way to get YSS is from 2 ways. First one is from these box that you get from King of the Hill event when your server is old enough. As you can see, YSS is going to be in the options. And then you also have Golden Path. So in your Golden Path, you have YSS here. And honestly, it's not all that expensive. Yes, if you're completely free-to-play player, getting to 200 is going to take you time. But if you are unlocking the bottom half, even if you're only paying $5, you can gem to get quite a few. And example, 9,000 gem for 600. is worth it because this means you're going to get 3 full YSS. And for gems to an immortal, gems to a good immortal like YSS, it's definitely worth it. What you want to do, however, if you do this, you definitely want to wait for this event here. And then you can gem and get some dice at the very least. It's what I'm always doing, which is why even though my golden path just started, I'm already maxed out on, well, not maxed out, but I'm already quite high at 63. I used a lot of gems during this event because I'm going to need it anyway. I need to gem so that I can get these anyway. I might as well do it during the event. Could you? All right, so for my open arena, I can quickly share my merch. I don't know how it's gonna perform because when I was looking at the people's merch this season, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I think the shadow is definitely the best one. I seen a few Oli, but I think the shadow is better given what you want to do this season. But everyone was running lightning or almost. I wanted to do a little bit different, so I tried fire. It's so. Um, we'll see with the dragon upgrade if it's going to be better. I'm going to have to test it out. But this is my current setup for open arena. So this is my main team. I'm trying to capitalize on dodge. Dodge only work in open arena, guys. Don't try to do a dodge march anywhere else. The reason why it works is because there's no specialization and the dragons are only level 1. Again, dragons are quite weak overall when you look at their stats compared to in-game, right? Because they're level 1, it means all the small nugs here are not leveled up. So you don't get the accuracy, which you get so much from these nugs, which is why Open Arena and Dodge actually works a little bit. You can look at some report here. I'm actually dodging, right? So there's quite a few dodge happening. It's not the optimal. The reason why I still went with it is I can always change this. I could make my Bjorn here. I could do my Tomoris with my Poseidon. I'm trying it out. This is my current march. This is quite strong though for a second march. But what you have to be careful when you do in a print arena is this here. This season, we're actually going to lose a very essential skill, which is corrosive power. And this is going to matter a lot. A lot of players will go down in rank because their march is all about corrosive power. So we're going to have to prepare for this, which is why I went with fire as well. This time around, we'll see how it goes. So for the lightning here, I'm not 100% sure if, because the question here is for every target stun on the battlefield. You're right, it's every stun target, but it's target. So because it's target, I think it's only the enemy team. I don't think it's the battlefield, including your own. But I'm not 100% sure. But I do think it's only the enemy. Oh, once again, somebody's asking to check Discord. Is it? General chat. All right. I have another question about the medallion. So for Golden Path here, is it worth to go with? Oh, it's already unlocked. Give me 1 second. The $5 or the $20 option? The answer is it depends on what you want to do. If you are going to get only one immortal, I don't think it's worth it. Because if you are, example, only getting YSS, you should be able to just do the $5, gem a few times, and get away with getting YSS every time this resets. But if you're going to get more than YSS, example, you want to get the Earth full every season as well, you want to get these, maybe the portals, then yes, it's worth it. If you are going for these, you definitely need to buy the $20 one. Because the $20 one gives you 20 levels, it's quite a few gems, and it's going to be worth it for you if the hunt is the Crimson Moonlight. If it's not, if it's only one immortal, example YSS, I would do the $5 every month and I would use the $15 somewhere else. Guys, it's easier if you go to the Discord because if I receive DM, it's hard to know exactly where I'm looking. Is it this one here? This one we just received, so I'll review it. Guys, you can just ask in the Discord. Otherwise, I'll do these one here. So this one here. All right, so this is quite a special team. So you see Merlin is the carry. You have Anubis. Anubis is extremely strong. In my opinion, at the moment, he is the best tank. You also have Ragnar, which is pretty good. I'm not a fan of this support though. One thing for sure, you have to remember, guys, you need Fighting Master on your carry. You do not have Fufei. You cannot afford to have 3 damage skill on your Merlin. If you do this and your Merlin gets stunned, example by no escape, you lose the match against player you should be winning for sure. The moment your Merlin gets stunned, you're probably losing match that you 100% think or should be winning. So here you would replace Spell Disintegrator with a Fighting Master skill. Yes, it's purple. Yes, it's not about damage. It's a must. You must do it. When it comes to the other skills here, you don't want the skill here. You want assist on your support because it's going to side protect your Merlin. You must use assist because the only carry that you have on your March is Merlin. You will need assist for sure, in my opinion, in this March. The other skills are fine. This is really good skill for Merlin. This is okay because you're probably fighting a lot of physical damage. This is good against Alex. This is decent against Alex. However, I'm not the biggest fan because it's pretty low when you look at paralysis. When you look at paralysis, it's 15% attack speed reduction, but even a Zenobia artifact is going to give you 25% increase. So this skill is not even going to counter a Zenobia artifact. So it's pretty lackluster in my opinion at 15%. I would probably use another skill instead. If you want to do a aura, probably Malice, but Malice is not going to help that much against Alex. I would just probably replace it altogether, not put an aura. You could probably move no escape or purification here because you will need assist, right? And these skills are good, so you can replace your paralysis with one of the skill that you replace assist with. So quick recap, you must use Fighting Master unless you put Fufei. Until then, Fighting Master is a must. You need assist on this support, and I would replace paralysis. By the way, if you are focusing on Anubis, I cannot see at the moment more than just a screenshot, but you definitely need the specialization high enough. And in this March, because there's two tank and you don't have any carry, you could try and go with Sturdy Barrier, probably on your Ragnar. Um, I think Fearless Stance probably still better on Anubis because he's going to take damage. You're going with skills like the Toxin Barrier, but definitely one of the two. Try Sturdy Barrier. It's going to be good for you, I think. Uh, You can ask questions, guys. In the Discord, it's easier, by the way. Just go to the Discord channel, and it's going to be a lot easier if everybody use the general chat like this. Um, that way, I don't have to always look at the DMs. All right. Check now, please. All right, it's done. So for artifact, no, do not get artifact from Golden Path. The reason is it's way too expensive. When you look at artifact, this one full artifact costs you 600. If you look at YSS instead, 600 gets you 3 full YSS. It's too expensive, guys. There's an event. I don't know if we see it in the calendar. This event here, um, you want to do this event. Is it this event? I don't remember. No, it's not this event. This is the Merciless Path. You do get some here as well. I think nowadays you get the best one. I don't remember, but there's an event where you kill nom camps, the level 10 and 11. You get a um, point system where you get chests, you claim, and then you have a shop during that event that allow you to get these chests. Once again, I think I use all of them today. But you get these chests, and this is where you are going to unlock YSS. You can also play this event. If you want to buy in, you can buy the $1. If you're completely free to play or almost, you need to do this here to get dice and then play this one. Always wait to have around 70 dice so that you can complete and get 50, like all of these. You need around 70, depending on luck. So as you can see right now, I only have 29, but I'm still at 0. I have not done it yet. I'm not going to do it this event. I'm going to wait until I have 70 dice, and then I'm going to do it. I recently played it, I think yesterday, and this account is free to play. Like, it's my mini account. It's completely free to play. I don't put money into it. I did put $5 at the start to get the third builder, but other than that, I have not put money into this account. And when you look at the YSS, it is maxed out. And this is without using the golden path. I keep my golden path currency for Immortal. As you can see right now, I have quite a few, even though it's free to play, even though I haven't bought it ever. Because I am going to wait instead. My YSS is in a good spot. If they come up with a new Immortal, I have some currency. I don't need to push my YSS. As you can see, it's maxed out. And this, it's good, but I can wait at the moment. So yeah, the answer is do not get Artifact from Golden Path. It's too expensive. There's better ways to get it. Once again. All right. So another question. I'm in season one. I have Alex, Quinn, Zeno. Just replace Barca with YSS. So yes, this is a good question. So basically, this player had a hybrid team with Zeno, Quinn, Alex, and Hannibal, and he recently placed YSS instead of Hannibal. He asked if he should reset Hannibal specialization to then focus on the immortal in his main team. The answer is yes, for sure. The specialization for Hannibal, which is now on your second team, is not going to matter as much as your main team. Even if he is a carry, and example, you want to focus on specialization for Quinn or Zenobia, which are support, is going to perform better for you overall. As you can see, this is my current second march. The power is extremely lower. I don't do anything with them. They don't even have skills. This one has skills, but the specialization is only level 1. I'm not using my books on it. This one has skills, fully stored. It has an artifact that I reset it because I used the stars, the sun crystal for my main team. Specialization is reset as well. Specialization was reset as well. No artifact. Especially for free to play and low spender, your main team is really what you want. I can give you example of people trying to do a little bit too much or doing bad team comp. You see here, there's a lot of players that are way above me when it comes to power, right? I'm currently 13. There's a lot of players that are above me on power. But when you look at arena, I'm not 13, I'm higher than 13. You see player that was above that don't even hold any chance against my team because what I did is I focused entirely on strong immortal and one team. You look here, this is a water march on their side. It's not that it's bad, it's just not the best setup and the best march. And when you look, there's also other immortal, like Alex is decent, Charles is decent, but you're not working on their specialization, you're not working on a good team comp, you're working a little bit too much. This is a good player, a strong player with strong march here with the earth. But what he used to do is a water march and he was doing a fire a little bit as well. So as you can see, there is specialization a little bit everywhere before he started to focus. But even if he has more teams than me, yeah, the water as well. Yeah. Even if you have more teams than me, it's not good enough to support your main team. The main team is the main project for any free to play and low spender. The better your main team is, the better you're going to perform. Even in arena where I'm not even bothering with putting other teams, they're useless. Even this one is pretty much useless. But my main team is carrying the load. If you look, my main team did something here, but this is zero skill, right? So it's not impressive. Here it got destroyed. Really, guys, I see so many players trying to have too many team at the same time. It's not working because this game, especially for free to play and low spender, it takes a lot of time to get your main team maxed out. You have specialization, you have artifacts, you have dust level, you have your skills, and you run into a situation where, again, I only put two teams. The other teams are useless to me because they're way too weak. And I use Arena to test out, so I'm trying different composition all the time just to test out. But you can see here, this is a strong player. dust level 50, decent skills, equipment upgraded, the artifact is decent. Now, this needs to be resetted at some point because it's not the best, but the artifact is still attack speed, attack bonus, attack speed. It's a good artifact. It's maxed out. You have a Charles with no escape, weakening curse. You have guard, slowly working on the equipment. Now it's not maxed out, but still level 7. You have a decent artifact. Now the artifact here could be better because it's not percentage, but you do have percentage on the secondary stats. And this is HP. It's decent. It's okay. You have a can, 40, right? It's a good march. You have YSS. See, there's a lot that is being worked on. I think is second team. You have a fire team that is again 20 dust. Here spec maxed out. Spec maxed out. Decent spec, but it's not strong enough because when you look at the dust, it's low. When you look at the artifact, this one is decent. But here, as you can see, and I've said it again, there's no fighting master. So my Himiko is going to bring one of the two in the realm. One of the two is not going to do any damage. This here, it's a very good specialization at the, Hippo, a decent artifact. The dust level is too low. The skill that he has on it is not the skill that he wants because the best skills is on his main team, making his fire team unable to use all the best skills for the fire team. So it's getting destroyed anyway, right? So focus on your main team. I would say until your main carry is 50 dust, specialization is 8. You have good skills. Tanks are 40 at the very least. Your support should be around 40 as well. Otherwise, it's not going to matter. You can have 4 team at 30 dust every immortal, spec at 30, at 8, all of them. It's not going to be enough to beat a very strong free-to-play main march. So for your dust level, you want to focus on your carry first, always. So example, in this march, I would focus on Himiko first. On this march here, I would focus on Alex first. You always do the carry first, then you do the tanks. The tanks, because they are in front line, and if you are a low spender free to play, you are fighting a lot of Alex. Your tank is going to take more damage than your supports or your bike line. So you always do the carry first, you do the tank second, and then you do your support. The way you want to do it is you max out your, let me go here. You max out your Alex example, your carry, but you need to sprinkle some love to the other immortal. So the way I recommend it is you want to go to 30 on your carry first, then bring all the other 3 to level 10. Do your Alex to 40, then bring your other immortal to 20. Then do Alex to 50, bring all your other immortal to 30, and then bring your tank to 40, 50, and then you can do your support to 40 as well. For a tank, if you leave it at 40, it's not the end of the world. I think the tank do deserve to be to 50. It's very good. You get the reduced damage taken buff to 10%. For a support, 40 is quite decent. At 40, you are in a good spot for a support. Yes, it's better if you bring 50, but it's not the end of the world. All right, I'm going to review this one here. So here I cannot review the dust level or anything else than the skills. So this is what I'll do. I think it's a decent march, but you definitely need to work on a few things. Now I see that you're still very early, probably season 1 or 2. you need to focus on a few things that will be very important down the line. The artifact, for sure. Focus on your Alex artifact. You want your Alex to be developed. So with the stars level underneath, you want a special talent to be attack speed. You want a attack percentage. You can then slowly focus on Zenobia after. The reason is Quinn artifact is not essential. You can even use a normal one for now, and you can max the normal one, you reset it later on. Because the Quinn artifact is not going to matter in a team like this. Yes, you get a little bit more stats, but it's the special talent of the Quinn artifact is not going to do anything for you. The YSS artifact, you actually don't need it right away because it's about healing. And again, a lot of anti healing is happening in the game. So you can get away with our normal artifact, or you can even do a example Charles artifact maxed out and use it on your YSS for now. The reason I'm saying this is because you probably get these chests quite often. So you can take one tank in these that you want to do later on at some point, and then max out their artifact, use it on your tank YSS, and whenever your Charles is ready or you have a YSS artifact, you bring your YSS artifact to your YSS, and you can just put your Charles artifact on Charles. You can also reset it, use the materials from the Charles artifact, put it on your YSS. At the very least, you still have all the pieces to make a maxed out Charles later on. I say Charles because Charles is really good, but you could always do another tank. When it comes to the skills, these skills for Alex are decent. As soon as you finish Legion of Frostborn, you want to get Assembly Charge for your Alex. It's a must. Assembly Charge is just too good on Alex for free to play. You need it for sure. It's going to be this this one here. You absolutely need it. The best skill for Alex for any free to play. When it comes to the other skills, Berserk is good. Hulking Guard is good. The attack speed blessing is good. This one here, however, not the best. Not a lot of dodging. You're still early, so because you're early, it's not the end of the world because there's still a little bit of dodge happening early game. So you could always keep it for now. This one here is okay, but not the best. This would be better with an hybrid team with Annibal and Alex. Can keep it for now because you already invested into it, but at some point you will need to move it to another team. This one I would replace hardware. The defense one is better for team that use example demonic contract, battle stance, growl, skills that are give you damage output later on in the match. But even though weakening curse is a counter to Alex, Alex still do quite good damage early. I would remove this for something else. Shelter, it's not the best. Shelter is only healing. Keep it for now. At some point, you will need to replace it for sure. These two skill has to go. A dead breath is not a skill for a tank, is not a skill for a support. Yes, I know in the toolkit, a lot of the recommendation gives you support or tanks. Dead breath is not it for YSS. And this one, I know you're using it so that you're not getting wounded. Still not worth it. You really want something else here. Guard at some point. If you can't afford guard at the moment, you can even put physical shield. It would be better. At the end of the day, you're still fighting a lot of Alex, so physical shield will help YSS. You can also do lifelink. There's a lot of option. Basically, you want to protect your Alex, so you will need guard at some point. But with guard, physical shield is going to be decent anyway. Um, lifelink as well. Since you don't have fighting master, I would definitely do fighting master. I would put it on my YSS probably. But fighting master is such a good universal skill. You need it unless you have it on your second team, but it's quite low. Put it on your main team. So I have another question. So the player that will reset the Hannibal is asking if he should use the Hannibal artifact that are not good to increase the Alex one. You can't do that. The way artifact works is you need to use the same artifact to develop them. So example here, I need to use Fufei artifact to increase my Fufei, right? I wouldn't be able to use anybody else artifact, so Alex cannot use Hannibal artifact to develop it. If you're talking about the level, so to upgrade it with level, don't do it. Keep your Hannibal, even though they're not being used at the moment, even though they're bad, keep them. At some point, you're going to run into a situation where your main team is maxed out on artifact, and you can slowly work on your Hannibal example for your second or third team. The specific artifact should never be used as an upgrade, in my opinion. You will get to a point where you're going to get a lot of materials to upgrade the level. So the level should be used, the normal one, so these one here, these one here, these one here, the purple one, the green one, the blue one should be used to upgrade the level, but not to develop. You can't do it. Oh, there was this level here actually. So here, the dust level. So this is decent. You're doing it okay, where you're focusing on your Alex. Bring your Alex to 40, and then do your YSS to 20, 30. Then bring your Xeno Quinn to 30. Max out your Alex before you do anything else. Again, Alex is the main one that you need to force to 50 first, and YSS after. You can take a look at the Tower of Knowledge to see what can be replacing skill from example YSS. We're going to start from the level 47. Since you're 47, so again, down the line, it's later, but this is definitely a skill that you will need on that march. Is very good. This is also very good. This is very good. If we're talking about free-to-play skills, this will be very good, but this is not free-to-play skill. This is very good. This is a free-to-play skill, very flexible, can be used right away on your main team, can be placed on Zenobia, Quinn, YSS will be good. This is definitely a skill that almost all players should have. It works against almost everybody because even though Alex is not affected by this skill, everybody else on Alex's team is going to be affected by this skill. This is very good. This one is not free to play, but it will be needed on your YSS at some point to protect your Alex. You already have these two. Lifelink can be used depending on how much purple dust you have. If lifelink is too expensive, you can do physical shield instead. You definitely need to do fighting master somewhere on your main team. As I mentioned before, it's too good. The immunity is too good to be passed. You need to do it. So definitely, I would say energy suppression here you need to place on your main team. Fighting master you can also place on YSS. It's going to be good. Physical shield is going to be good, especially when you're going to be placing guard on your YSS. It's going to protect your YSS a little bit more. All right, guys, I'm gonna close the stream in around 10 minutes. So if you have more questions, let me know. Otherwise, you can always ask on Discord and I can answer either on Discord or during next video. I still have one more video to do this week. I don't have a subject selected at the moment. I have two in mind. But if you have a subject that you want to request, you can always request here, and I will look into it. I know there's a few players that have requested. I will do a Himiko full guide or a Mage full guide soon, maybe next week or the week after. When it comes to player using Alex, I've covered Alex quite a few times. I'll see if more players are asking about Alex, and I will do more video regarding him. He is my favorite immortal. I think he should be a lot of free-to-play player favorite immortal. Um, then you have the dragon video here. I actually did a element. Now with the new patch with the dragon, I'm gonna wait a little bit to see exactly how it's going to be affecting the dragon power. We need to test them out, and then I'll consider doing a video on dragon. But the problem with video on dragon is it depends extremely on your team. I can give you a good example. Here, I'm focusing on my lightning dragon that will be placed with my Himiko. The reason is if my main carry, in this case, my only carry is Himiko, I don't need the Earth Dragon as much as if a Alex March. So when you look at the dragon, you have the last skill here, which only affects the same element of the dragon, right? So here, for the Earth Immortal, you get 10% true power loss. It stack up to 5. So you get plus 4% every time you drop 10%, and it can stack. This is actually decent. It's a stat that will go on Alex, but if, example, I use 2 double tank, Fufe, and Himiko, it's not going on my Himiko. I might as well do another dragon and put my dragon with Alex so that it's maximizing my value of the dragon. And then I'm going to use my lightning, which I don't care about this part. I use it for this part and this part. The ultimate damage received from skill, which is my Himiko doing more damage. So the dragon tier list, I would say, depends a lot of what you're using with. So this is why it's a bit harder to do a dragon video. So this is already better. Now, what you need to be careful about, I would say, is when you're going to put guard, you're going to need to replace one skill, right? I would replace energy suppression. I would probably put it here instead. But as you're going to get more skills, that's going to happen for sure. You will be replacing skills. So when you're going to max them out, just be careful that you need to be aware that in the future, some of these skills will be placed on your second team, right? They're not end game skills because, example, you're going to need no escape, guard, maybe weakening curse. It's going to take some time, but these are universally good skills. Energy suppression is going to work on any team. Fighting master is a must. Lifelink is a decent skill on anybody, any team. Especially example like with assist, guard, it's decent. So this is a lot better, in my opinion. Now here again, shelter guys, I am not a fan of shelter. Uh, the skills only do healing. It's a skill that can be too easily countered. You lose a slot on your immortal. If, example, this was recovery and maybe defense, if you look at example Vitality's Touch, where you have recovery, but also physical and magical defense, at the very least, you have a little bit more to it. But this is only healing. I'm not a fan of only healing skill. I would probably do something else instead of shelter. Because you're using assist, you also need to keep track of your support. With assist, maybe your support is going to die too quickly. If that's the case, replace shelter with absolute defense or lifelink. So absolute defense, where is it? Absolute defense is going to allow you to sustain some of the damage that assist is going to bring to your support. A lot of support that use assist is going to bring absolute defense. This is what I'm doing right now on this March that I'm testing out. I have assist and absolute defense together. It's allowing me to protect my Himiko with assist, but at the same time, not die too quickly on Theodora. And again, my Theodora is not very high, so she definitely need the absolute defense protection. Only 20 dust, not max on specialization, so she is missing some defense, physical and magical, in the specialization 3. The artifact is also not the best one. It's a attack bonus, which is not all that great. So there's still a lot of work on my Theodora, but still, this is protecting, is kind of allowing me to still do assist on her. The other skills are good. You put Fighting Master, which is a must. So this, honestly, I think this is going to perform better. Now, what happens here is it's going to be more consistent. The damage output might be a little bit lower. So example, if you were fighting a team, you might lose, you might be winning against them in the past and still lose sometime now. If you add the perfect scenario where your Merlin was untouched, not stunned, not silenced by no escape, no nothing, then the output previously was better on Merlin. But this makes him way more consistent. Now he will be able to carry way more often. All right, I'm going to answer one last question, guys, here. I'm in season 1. My team is 260K. Okay, so this is a problem for sure. Mysterium is not easy for free to play early on. Early game, it's even harder. It's normal. What you want to do is you want to work on your second team very slowly, but just to get them to fully star. Once they get to fully star, and this takes way more time, but you can do it, is you will need to swap skills out. So example, when I go to do challenge here, what I would do, and again, if you look at my second team here on this count, my second team is going to be something like this. I think this maybe. So this is my second team. I know it's way stronger than what you have at the moment, but it's not super strong, and my Mysterium is harder than you because I'm maxed out on Mysterium level. Now, what I do is if I don't have these skills, I would use my main team skills to place on my example Cleopatra, on my Attila. It's make Mysterium way longer to clear, but it's possible. What you want to do as well is split your main team. So example here, I have my Alex and I have my YSS with guard. My front line is not going to take a lot of damage. What I can do is bring my healer to my second team instead. Could do this and bring my Cleopatra, which is a little bit weaker. I need to reset. Could bring my Cleopatra here. If I think even my Quinn is not needed, I could even bring Quinn to my second team, but I'm not going to do that because I have Merlin that has some damage skill. Here, I would be able to do it easier this way. Now, again, I want to take it even further. My best kills at the moment are on my Alex. This skill can be used on other immortal. This skill as well can be used on Hannibal, and this can also be used on Hannibal. So what I could do is I could go on the left side first with my main team. Oops, I'm gonna skip it. I clear the left side first. I keep the heal, okay? I'm gonna stop here. And then I can come here on the right side. If it's too hard with this team at the moment, what I can do is then switch the skills to my second team. Now, when I'm gonna fight him, my second team now has my best skill. So this makes it even a little bit easier. Again, this is especially very good for very early or very free to play player when they don't have enough skills to fill two teams. As long as you have the store maxed out, the skill slot are open, you can swap your skill, right? Whoops. All right. So here I'm going to keep the heal. I'm just going to do this to show you. Here I'm going to focus on healing. Here, what I'll do is I'll take the heal because my right side is weaker. I'm going to keep the healing on the left side for the end of this side. Now that I've cleared everything on the right side, which is the weakest side, I'm going to take the heal. And then here, I would swap back the skill on my Alex. Don't forget, otherwise it's going to be harder. I don't need to do it, I think, because it's not that hard anymore. See, didn't take any damage. But this is how you do it. All you need is a second team with skill slot open so that you can swap your main skill to it. That's how you do it. It takes a lot more time for sure, but if you want to clear it, it's the only option. And again, don't forget to split your main team. Your main team is way stronger than your second team, so don't keep all four immortal in the same side on the same side. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any other question, feel free to ask on the Discord. I will do more streams. It's always nice to hang out with you guys. So just let me know and have a good day. Good evening.